The Hornets get a much-needed bounce-back win. Kawhi Leonard is keeping the Clippers relevant until Darius Garland gets back, and James Harden makes his not-so-long-awaited debut at Rocket Arena in Cleveland. This is your Daily Basketball Recap. My name is Levi Jacob, and let's get into it. This is the second time that I'm shooting the intro to this podcast because the other one corrupted, which is a lot of fun. Today we're missing Shlomo. Tomorrow we will hopefully not be missing Shlomo. Quick note before I start. Alex Sarr has been diagnosed with a hamstring strain. He is out of action for the next 2 weeks. But more importantly, Jaren Jackson Jr. is set to undergo season-ending knee surgery, supposedly. And so the more in-depth Jazz tank begins. Apparently it was something that wasn't caught on the physical when the trade went through. I don't think that they would have done anything about it, and I think that maybe they were looking for stuff to report, but it's fine. It's fine. I hope that he heals and gets better. Crazy to think that he's it's just kind of a revolving door of knee injuries right now. But that Jason Tatum might be coming back sooner rather than later, which is like a ridiculous thing. Like the progress to be able to come back that quickly from such a crazy Achilles tear. It's genuinely unprecedented. He's not back yet, but he played with the G League team, I think, on Monday. So we'll see what happens. Either way, let's jump into it. Game of the night for me, Hornets, Hawks. The Hornets beat the Hawks 110-107. Brandon Miller really, really becoming a very important player for this Hornets team. Really impressive game from him. 31, 9, 2 assists, and 10 of 26, shooting. They needed him. He was out there for 36 minutes plus 3 in the game. LaMelo Ball, 24, 4, and 6. Colin Knippel, 8, 6, and 4 on 5 of 12 shooting. LaMelo Ball, by the way, 8 of 23. The shot percentage wasn't great, but it willed them to the win. They needed it. They really needed all of these shots that they could get. Notably, they did this also, by the way, without Moussa Diabate, because he is suspended. Not so long after it was announced, they played this game. The Hawks, on the other hand, Dyson Daniels put up a 21-point game, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, almost solely an offensive game from him. We know him more for his defense. No steals in this game, but 9 of 12 shooting. So his percentages kind of went up a little bit last night after he's been really – it was a sorry experience. 26 minutes for him, though. Jalen Johnson, 19, 13, and 9 with 4 steals and a block. Very nice. 7 of 15 shooting. Okongwu had a very good game. 18, 3, 1 steal, 2 blocks, 5 of 9 shooting, 3 of 5 from three-point range, 5 of 5 from the line. Really nice game from him. Aside from that, standout player was off the bench with CJ McCollum, 17 points, but 6 of 17 shooting, 6 rebounds, 8 assists. Nice. Good job. Not the best, obviously, percentages, but, it is what it is. As two offensive-heavy teams, they weren't able to hit a lot of shots like both these teams this game. Hawks were 44% from the field. The Hornets were 37% from the field. That's crazy. But I think the difference maker was from three-point range, Hawks were 27%, closer to 28%, 27.8. The Hornets were 37. The 10% there is what changed the three-point swing for them, and they were able to win this game. A much needed bounce back win. It was scrappy. This one was a lot scrappier, obviously. Also, no Miles Bridges because of the suspensions, and no Kobe White yet. So we'll see how this team keeps going. But nice win from them. Hard fought win needed from the Hawks. I don't know what to do with this team. I don't know what to think of them. I know in my heart, I think that they're a very good team. I'm just having a hard time placing exactly how they win because I like this fast pace, but I don't even know what kind of player you input into their lineup to make this team better. I guess maybe a defensive player, but I feel like all their players are capable of playing defense. They just don't always do it, especially Jalen Johnson. He was good on defense last year. This year, not even trying. I think he's carrying a lot of the offense is the reality, but it's just very bizarre. I don't know how to I guess shooting. They need better shooting is the reality. Yeah. Just announced as I'm recording live, De'Aaron Fox is replacing Giannis Antetokounmpo. I think it was after the Mitch remarks from last night. But De'Aaron Fox is replacing Giannis Antetokounmpo in the All-Star game. Okay, next. Second game of the night. Clippers, 105, 102. The Kawhi Leonard 3-point play in the final seconds won them this game. Um, Man, this Clippers team is very bizarre. Very, very bizarre. Once Garland comes back, they might look more like a regular basketball team. Right now, you have a lot of interesting people stepping up, including Chris Dunn, who had 16 points on 6 of 10 shots, 4 of 6 in three-point range. That is not a stereotypical Chris Dunn game. But 60 points and 6 assists is very nice from Chris Dunn, having to step into that starting. He's been starting, but more playmaking role. Kawhi Leonard, like I said, 27 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals, 9 of 20 shooting, 8 of 9 from the line. Very nice. Brook Lopez, 15 points. John Collins, 12 points. Derek Jones Jr., 12 points. Benedict Mathurin is, I think, going to be very important for this Clippers team moving forward. I think that he has a lot of potential. He has to just be able to show it. In Indiana, the fit wasn't great. The culture didn't really work with him very well. And I think that this is a much better fit. And I think that the Clippers will love him if he's able to live up to his potential, because we saw in college on both sides of he did in the finals as well, but on both sides of the floor in college, he looks awesome. Like, he looked like, I'm trying to think of a good comparison for him. Um, no one's coming to mind right now, but either way, very good potential. Shooting guard, small forward, like a perfect archetype for that kind of thing. I think that with the Clippers, it could be that he grows into that role with the confidence that he needs. And I would like to see it, because I think he's a very good player. Aside from that, though, they need Darius Garland to come back as far as the playmaking and things like that. Having a real point guard on this team will help a lot for a lot of people. And I'm excited to see how the team works around him. Honestly, very honestly, I'm looking forward to it. Kevin Durant, 21, 8, and 6 with a block. Jabari Smith Jr., 16, 12. Alperen Şengün, 16, 9, and 6 on 7 of 16 shooting, 0 of 1 from three-point range, and 2 of 4 from the free throw line. I need more from him, honestly. I really need more from him. He's an all-star. It can't, he showed us that he can do it before. I think this team's chemistry is a little bit off at the moment. I think that if there is somebody who's able to better facilitate for them, it might look a lot easier for everybody, and everybody might be able to be just happier. Because then Şengün can get the looks that he wants to get. And it just won't be as much fighting back and forth like it is right now. Amen Thompson, 12, 6, and 5 of 8 shooting, 41 minutes for him. He was playing very important defense for them on Kawhi Leonard. And Reed Shepherd off the bench, really, really putting together a couple of, like a string of, I want to say, 4 or 5 games here. That was pretty good. 17 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, and a block on 6 of 13 shooting, 5 of 10 from the 3-point range. I'm happy that his game has come back along. And he's just essential for this team. He's really so essential for this team. And I know that they're happy to have him right now, because outside of him, there's been a lot of different injuries, as well as the fact that him and Tari Eason's shooting from 3, their their high percentage looks have been essential to be able to create space inside for Şengün and Thompson and Kevin Durant in the mid-range, to be able to pass off of, to have pressure reliever, all these good things. But aside from that, a lot of injuries for this team, unfortunately. So hopefully, it'll get better. Now, into the rest of your show. Most of Indiana's starters were out tonight. But really, overall, a good team effort. I'm not going to go through the whole box score, because a lot of people are going to say, "Who is that?" And I totally understand it. But a nice game from their whole team. Honestly, there's a lot of assists going around. A lot of really, really solid play. Like a lot of 3-assist games. A lot of 3-assist guys. Like, I can say it this way: between Jay Huff and Micah Potter, they are the only ones who did not have 3 assists or more. Really nice. Really good ball movement. With the Nets, Nolan Traore put up a 20-8 game. Day'Ron Sharpe, whenever Nick Claxton is out of the lineup, you love to watch it. 19, 12, 5, 2 steals, and 2 blocks on 8 of 11 shooting. I love Day'Ron Sharpe. And I think that I don't think that he's signed on longer with the Nets. And if he's not, I think there's a lot of teams that are going to be calling out Day'Ron Sharpe. I really like how he plays. He's very funky. He's a really funky guy. Him and Nick Claxton make a lot of sense together as if they're friends. It makes a lot of sense to me. They both play very unorthodox styles of basketball. They both like to pass as big men, which is fun. That I like him. I really like him a lot, especially in this Nets offense. Playing under Jordy Fernandez, a lot of fun for Daron Sharp. Zaire Williams, I think he came back from injury recently. 19 points, 5 rebounds. Yegor Jomin, 13 points. Danny Wolf, 14 and 8. Ben Saraf had 12, 4 and 2 on 4 of 6 shooting. The Pacers just they believed in the system. They played basketball, the team way under Rick Carlisle, and they won this game. It was like, it's fun if you like basketball. It was fun to watch that, but not if you're like, you know below a casual viewer of basketball. Okay, next, the Bucks beat the Magic. Cam Thomas went off in this game. This is his second game playing for the Bucks. 18, 10, and 11 for Kevin Porter Jr. Jericho Sims 17 and 11. They really played this game very, very aggressively, but they really dominated the Magic, which is really not what you want to see if you're if you're a fan of the Magic. Franz Wagner played 21 minutes and he only had 5 points. That's not great. Kyle Kuzma had 15 and 7. Miles Turner had 5 and 8. He just needs to do more. Cam Thomas had 34 points, though, 4 and 2 on 12 of 20 shooting. He took the most shots out of anybody in the game, even though Kyle Kuzma was out there still. I like ragging on Kyle Kuzma whenever I get the chance. 3-point, he was 4 of 6, 6 of 6 from free throw. So it's exciting. It was just exciting. It's exciting to watch a player who feels vindicated in being away from their team that they feel was not good for them, and then doing this. And it's he's making some really tough shots. If you want to watch a fun reason for why you can make the case for Cam Thomas on your team, this is it. I wonder if Jeremy Sohan joins this Bucks team. I don't know if he would be a good fit here. Realistically speaking, I was thinking about it. I want him to go to the Warriors maybe, just for the sake of fun basketball. Watch him play next to Steph, because he kind of does. He's like a Draymond Green type, not as good as Draymond Green, obviously, but just kind of able to do a lot of different things. And I would like him to be there because they just don't really have much talent at all. But Ousmane Dieng also put up 17 points as again a new player for this team. 5 of 8 shooting from 3-point range. Really, really cool for Ousmane Dieng. They just destroyed this Magic team. Desmond Bane, 31, 2 and 5 on 11, 17 shooting, 8 of 11. If you look at the box scores independently, you wouldn't necessarily think, unless you're counting, you wouldn't necessarily think that they won this game. But Paolo Banchero had 5 of 16 shooting, not great. Jalen Suggs had a good game, 16, 1 and 10 with 4 steals, 3 blocks, 5 of 14 shooting, and 4 of 11 from 3. Anthony Black started this game as well, 13, 3, 3 and 1. 5 of 10 shooting. He started off the game 0 for 4 or something like that. Didn't look great in the beginning. And Mo Wagner was the higher scoring of the two Wagner brothers this game with 12, 5, 4, 1, and 1. And this Magic team, they have a lot of questions they got to answer before the year's over. And the trade deadline's passed. So they need to be able to play together. First off, health is really important for them. They're getting that. Franz Wagner just came back, I think, 2 games ago. But they have to figure out how to coexist. The Cavs beat the Wizards in Harden's Cleveland home debut, 138-113. The Rocket Arena was going absolutely friggin' nuts. Sam Merrill poured in 32 points. Donovan Mitchell had 30 points, and the Cavaliers just steamrolled them. Keyshawn George had 17, 5, 3, and 1 steal, and that's important because I just added him to my fantasy team, and I'm excited about him. Watkins, who is their rookie, I think undrafted from this year's rookie class, though, 16 points. He's the oldest person in the starting lineup at 24. He's their veteran. Isn't that crazy? Bilal Coulibaly, 13 points. Other than that, this team, they're the Wizards. They're the Wizards. There was no Sarr, no Davis, and no Young. If they play, they play. Good. But I like this Wizards team. They're very skilled. They have a lot of raw talent. They really do. And I can't believe that they got Anthony Davis for really giving up so little of that talent that they have going on here. Sam Merrill, 72 points, like I said, 9 of 10 from 3-point range, 11 of 12 on the game. That's not normal. That's not normal. James Harden loved finding him, by the way, out in the open court. James Harden always looking for Sam Merrill, and Sam Merrill kept knocking down these crazy 3-pointers. It was really cool. From the start of the game, you can see it was nuts. Donovan Mitchell, like I said, 30 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds, and 2 steals, 11 of 19 shooting, 2 of 7 from 3. 28 minutes. So he's playing less and putting up the same kind of stats that he was doing before because that's how much easier James Harden makes it for everybody. Jarrett Allen, 21, 9, and 1 with 2 blocks, 8 of 8 shooting, which means most of it was lobs. There's a really tough contested bucket that he actually got. Inside again, Keyshawn George started at their 5 as a 6-7 player, not a lot of weight on him. So it wasn't like he was experiencing much difficulty in the post, but still a very nice move from Jaren Allen. He looks like he's playing a lot better with a lot more smiles going on since James Harden got there. James Harden, 13 and 11, 1 of 4 shooting. All of those rest of those points, 10 of 12 from the free throw line. He's awesome, but 6 turnovers, not so great. But still, like the rest of it, also a lot of the other shots, by the way, where he got like hockey assists. He like didn't get real assists, but his hockey assists. He's fitting into the flow of this team really, really nicely. Dennis Schroeder in 18 minutes had 7 points. He's obviously less necessary since adding James Harden. I think they brought him on, I think, as a contingency plan. Keon Ellis continues his good defensive and offensive play for them as a 2-guard. This team just seems so energized by this James Harden trade, and everyone looks like they're having a great time playing basketball, and I'm really happy for them, except for Dennis Schroeder, because he never looks like he's having a good time playing basketball. But I'm just really happy for them because they really needed to rejuvenate and like now I feel like they could go farther in the playoffs. I still don't think that they're a contender necessarily, but they look better, much, much better than they did earlier in the year because of all these trades, which doesn't always happen. Sometimes trades really screw things up. So kudos to them. Celtics beat the injury-riddled Bulls 124-105. It was a Nick Vucevic revenge game as the 6-man for the Celtics now. Jaylen Brown, 9-20 shooting, 24 points. Otherwise in the starting lineup, 12 points from Sam Hauser, and Baylor Shireman had 10 points. The rest of the starting lineup, they weren't really doing much, but Neemias Queta did a good job in 15 minutes as their center. But Nick Vucevic, like I said, revenge game. He came off the bench, 19, 11, 3, and 1 with 2 blocks. Very, very nice for him. 7 of 12 shooting, 4 of 5 from 3-point range. So they're really opening up that range for Nick Vucevic like we thought they might. Walsh off the bench, 16 points in 29 minutes. And Peyton Pritchard put up 26, 5, and 8 with 2 steals because Peyton Pritchard he can do this from time to time. 11 of 18 shooting. I can't believe the Celtics found such a perfect role for Peyton Pritchard. Like, I feel like not so long ago, we just, like, everyone was like, okay, well, what is he really going to do for this team? This is a perfect fit for him. 6-man? It's crazy how much he's grown into this role. Colin Sexton, 15 points. Matas Buzelis, 15, 8, 4, 1 steal, and 2 blocks on 6 of 13 shooting, 3 of 7 from 3-point range. Gershon Yabusele decided he could start playing basketball again. That's nice to see after he was on the Bucks. Simon's not with a great game. It was not a Simon's revenge game, to say the least. But Rob Dillingham off the bench, 16, 1, and 7 in 30 minutes of time. Jaden Ivey, 4 of 9 shooting, 10, 3, and 4. This is kind of just what he was doing on the Pistons. So I'm like, I don't know. We'll see what happens with Jaden Ivey and how much potential he has moving forward in his career. I hope it's a lot. That was a lot. Pistons get a very nice win over the Raptors. Pretty definitive win as well. Cade Cunningham came through with a 28, 7, and 9, 3 steals and a block, 9 of 14 shooting, 6 of 11 from 3-point range, 4 of 6 from the free throw line. It didn't matter. They didn't have any centers other than Paul Reed. The Pistons had 63 rebounds to the Raptors 38 rebounds. That's like a little bit despicable if you're asking me, because the Raptors had Pirtle coming back. Didn't really matter. And Jackson Davis also was in there. Didn't make a difference for this Pistons team. They're so friggin' physical. Paul Reed with 22 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, and 4 blocks. Duncan Robinson, 13 points. Tobias Harris, 12 and 12, 4 of 9 shooting. Asar Thompson also contributed very nicely on the defensive end. This is a good Pistons game. This is how you can see their depth. They had a lot of players playing, good amount of time. Emmanuel Quickly for the Raptors had 18 and 5. Scotty Barnes had 17, 7, 5, 3, and 3 on 5 of 13 shooting, 7 of 7 from the line. RJ Barrett, 16 points. I don't know what they're going to do with RJ. Everybody else was kind of quiet. Pirtle, in the minutes that he played in the end, 20 minutes, 4 of 7 shooting, 9 and 6. They gave him a humongous contract. This might be one of the worst contracts in NBA history moving forward if his back still is not available to let him be out there and play well for them in this time. And Mamu, it affected Mamu. 20 minutes for him, 2 of 8 shooting, 7 and 6, who's usually giving a little bit more night to night. So it is what it is. But the Pistons, they're looking just about as dominant as they really are. The Knicks beat the Sixers in this is a very decisive win. Alvarado really helped contribute to this game. They beat the Sixers 138-89. That's that's a lot of points. The Sixers were only able to shoot 37.5, and the Knicks shot 52% from the field. Mikal Bridges, 22, 5 and 6 with 2 steals, 9 of 15 shooting. Karl-Anthony Towns, 21, 11, 5 and 1 steal and a block with 8 of 13 shooting. Off the bench, Jose Alvarado, like I just mentioned, had 26 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, and 5 steals, 8 of 13 shooting, and all of those shots, by the way, 3-point shots. Every single one of them. Totally nuts. Diawara is playing out of his mind for this Knicks team compared to what anybody thought he could be. 14, 5 and 2 with a steal as well. 5 of 10 shooting, 4 of 8 from 3-point range. Diawara. Who saw that coming? Not me. And Duncan and Mitchell Robinson really contributed on the defensive end. Tyrese Maxey with 32, 2 and 2 with a steal, 9 of 21 shooting. There was no Embiid in this game. BJ Edgecombe, 14, 4 and 2, 6 of 16 shooting. Dominic Barlow did a classic Dominic Barlow with 13, 4, 1 and 2 with a block, but 6 of 10 shooting. Nice shooting from him. Adem Bono started this game 6 and 5 with 2 steals. Kelly Oubre Jr., 0 of 6 from the field. There was no Grimes either. This team is very strange night tonight. I really don't understand it. But the Knicks, listen, to be clear, the Knicks were playing incredible on both sides of the ball. I really think that the Alvarado addition was a major addition, more beyond what stats he can give you. He's really he's a vibe guy, and he's not just a vibe guy, beyond that as well. But this Knicks team looks great. The Sixers, I think the Paul George thing took a little bit of wind out of their sails, to be honest with you, and not having Embiid out there. I think having so many guys in and out, I think it really affects them. The Heat beat the Pelicans 123-111. Bam Adebayo had 27 and 14 and 4 blocks. However, he was 6 of 19 shooting again. His shooting has not been great in 13 of 17 from the line. So that's not what you want to see. Kel'el Ware, though, got 27 minutes, only 2 personal fouls, 16 points, 12 rebounds, 1 steal and 2 blocks. He's getting played more by Spoelstra. And this is what happens when you play him more, is that it allows Bam to do a little bit more also on the other sides of the ball. Simone Fontecchio had 15 points. He really put the nail in the coffin. In this game, Jaime Jaquez came off the bench with 23, 8 and 4, 3 steals and 2 blocks. He's also playing out of his mind, 10 of 22 shooting. Can't hit a 3-pointer for his life. Really, really can't, but he's doing everything else that he can. Yakushonis came off the bench, 11, 3 and 4. I feel like Davion Mitchell is he's just a great starter for this team. He just provides everything that Eric Spoelstra is looking for. And again, really nice to see that Ware got time and was able to produce like this. Zion Williamson had 25, 4 and 3. Trey Murphy the third, 19 points, 4 rebounds and 6 assists in 27 minutes, but he did leave the game with what looked like to be maybe a shoulder injury. 14 and 9 for Sadiq Bey. Derek Queen, 12 and 5. And Herb Jones started for them at guard. Jeremiah Fears, 13, 10 and 8 with a triple. He had the triple-double there, 2 steals, 6 of 18 shooting. And Bryce McGowan gave them 12 points. They did not play Yuzmisi, Jordan Poole. DeJounte Murray is supposed to be coming back at some point soon. But yeah, this Pelicans team has so much talent and just, I don't know, they have a weird dynamic going on, weird chemistry. The Heat team is very talented as well. I think that they obviously deserve to win. I think they're a better team, but still, I think that I don't know. I don't. It's hard to figure out exactly what the dynamic is. Randall had 41 points for the Wolves as they blow out the Blazers 133-109. He really went off in this game. 41, 7 and 2 for Julius Randle and 14 of 24 shooting. Jaden McDaniels put up a great game for them. 21 points on 7 of 13 shooting, 6, 2 steals and 2 blocks. Awesome from him. Rudy Gobert, 17 and 8. Anthony Edwards only had 14 points on 5 of 10 shooting, 33 points though. Dante Vincenzo did not have a great game. Ayudin Sumu off the bench had 12 points. Naz Reid off the bench had 11, 7 and 2. But the Blazers, just were so discombobulated by the defense going on. They really messed up on defense. Drew Holiday had 23, 5 and 5 on 9 of 22 shooting. Denny Avdia, 3 of 14 shooting. It was not a great game, not a great Denny Avdia game. Unfortunately, going to the All-Star break, they have one more game tonight. And then we get to the All-Star festivities. I hope that he plays. I hope it's not a back thing. The defense really was hard for them. Tamani Kamara 9 and 8, Donovan Clingan 8 and 9 with 2 blocks, 3 of 7 shooting, 2 of 4 from 3-point range, and Scoot Henderson off the bench looking really nice with 18 points, 5 of 8 shooting, and also had 5 turnovers. Not great, but Vik Krejci really he heated up a little bit in this game with 17 points on 7 of 10 shooting, 3 of 6 in 3-point range. So it's nice to see these new additions really adding, and the injury, people healing from injuries coming back. Always great to see them on the court. Scoot Henderson. Jokic and the Nuggets beat the Grizzlies 122-116. You don't ask me how the Grizzlies are putting together close enough games to these other teams. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Ty Jerome has come back from injury for this team and has been playing really great basketball, but still they have no business being this close. Gigi Jackson had 21 points for this Grizzlies team. Jalen Wells put up 17 points. Prosper put up 14 points. Hendricks had 10 points. Why were they so close to the Grizzlies? It just doesn't it blows my mind, honestly. Sorry, to the Nuggets. Jokic, 26, 15, and 11, 8 of 17 in 34 minutes, 10 of 14 shooting. Jamal Murray, 23, 6, 7, 7 of 18 shooting. Christian Brown, 14, 7, and 6, which is a very nice. That's his best game back for sure, 6 of 8 shooting. Strother also played for them, and so did Cam Johnson. So a lot of the injuries are now coming back. Tim Hardaway Jr., though, off the bench with 21.7 of 8 shooting, 4 of 5 from 3. Really impressive from him. And Bruce Brown contributed nicely in those minutes as well. They have really great depth, this team. They have really great depth, this team. And they're not going to miss Peyton Watson so much until he comes back from injury. Aaron Gordon also, I think, is out for some time. But it doesn't seem like they don't really need it right now. They really don't need it right now. They're a very, very good team. The Oklahoma City Thunder, speaking of top contenders in the West, 136-109 to beat the Suns. Jalen Williams has his best game back with 28 points, 11 of 12 shooting, 2 of 2 from 3-point range. Really nice game from him. Chet Holmgren went out with injury, unfortunately, but 13, 4, and 2. Off the bench, Isaiah Joe had 21 points. Kenrich Williams had 15 points. He played 18, 23, 25, 22. These are all the bench players. Jared McCain, 5 of 8 shooting, had 12 points. Aaron Wiggins, I can't believe it still blows my mind they have Jared McCain. Aaron Wiggins had 6 of 13 shooting, 12 points as well. And Buddy Boeheim. Did you know he's on this team? I didn't know that he's on this team. 3 points, 1 of 4 shooting in 8 minutes. He took too many shots for what he's doing out there. But on the Suns side, there was no Devin Booker, no Grayson Allen. Both are out with injury, and no Jalen Green. Dylan Brooks still tried his best. 23, 5, and 4 with 2 steals, 9 of 19 shooting. Goodwin was right after him. 12 points. Royce O'Neal had 12 points. Gillespie did not have a great game, 22 minutes, and neither did Mark Williams. The only other person was Bouye, I think that's how you pronounce his name, 11 points for him and 6 assists. They have this fast-paced team. When the Thunder are locked in like this, there's no chance they're going to beat them. The Utah Jazz, beat the Kings. Jaren Jackson Jr. has 23 points in the home debut for the Jazz. 8 of 13 shooting. Markkanen, 19.7 rebounds, 3 assists. Ace Bailey, 13 points. Isaiah Collier, again, filling in at the starting point guard role with 12 and 14 assists. Whenever he's allowed to start at the point guard, he puts up double-digit assists. He's just incredible. I really like Collier a lot, and I think he's very underrated. Nurkic, the other starter in 26 minutes, 8, 9, and 4. With 2 turnovers. Sensabaugh put up 19 points off the bench to beat this Kings team, who their lead scorer was DeMar DeRozan with 20. The next highest scorer was Devin Carter, who they basically haven't played all season, with 19 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists, even though he played very well for them this summer. I don't really get it. Maxime Reneau started instead of Sabonis. So Sabonis was out, so was Westbrook, so was Levine, so was Monk, and Keegan Murray remains out. So, Doug McDermott off the bench, 14 points. that's the only answer they have at the current moment. And last game of the night, the Spurs beat the Warriors 126-113. Fox was the highest scorer of this game with 27, 8, and 3 steals, 11 of 16 shooting. Very nice game from him. Victor Wembanyama, 26, 9, and 4 with a steal and 2 blocks, 8 of 17, 34 minutes. Devin Vassell had 8 points. Castle had 8 points. Keldon Johnson off the bench, though, 21 points. Derek Harper, again, 6 of 10 shooting, 14, 5, and 8. Mitch Johnson, who is their coach, had a great quote after the game where he said, nobody is talking about Fox, the second seed. Nobody's talking about Fox and Castle as all-stars. They keep subbing in all the other people. They subbed in Ingram, I think yesterday or 2 days ago. And his response was, nobody's talking about them. So either you're saying to me that people, let me cut this part out. You're telling me that Wemby is that high up on people's MVP leaderboard for this season that Fox and or Castle are not getting the votes to come in as a second player for this Spurs team, which is the 2 seed? I hope so. That was his statement, was that must be what it is that people hold Wemby in this high regard. And I think honestly, kinda, like he hasn't played as many, like the games played thing is not as bad now, farther into the season, because we had a couple weeks where he wasn't playing, but nobody minds it because he came back to play and he's been playing the past few months. But yeah, Wemby is I mean, even without him, they were doing very well. But still, Wemby's effect on the floor, like the plus minus, I'm sure is nuts because Wemby is that good. Same thing with Jokic. Like the Nuggets this year are not bad without Jokic, but it doesn't matter because that's how good of a player they are. And realistically speaking, he should be in the MVP race. Honestly, very honestly, when he's on the floor, especially what he did against the Thunder when he played them. Yeah, he absolutely should be in MVP consideration and conversation. If we're gonna let Cade Cunningham, who's the number 1 seed in the East, who, to be clear, I think Cade Cunningham deserves to be there as well. But it's not to take away from Cade Cunningham, it's to talk about Wemby. Everybody's talking about Wemby anyway, so it doesn't make a difference. For the Warriors, Moses Moody had 17 points. Draymond Green had 17 points, 12 rebounds, and 8 assists. D'Anthony Melton had 17, 3, and 7. Pat Spencer, 9 points. Off the bench, Pajemski, he's becoming like more of a 6-man for them. 5 of 12 shooting, 16 points because someone has to take the shots on this team. Quentin posted 12, and Gary Payton II had 10. I wonder how good they're thinking that their team is. Like, what is the point of having Draymond Green play? What is it? What's the point? What's the point of bringing Steph Curry back for the season? What's I don't know. I really don't get it. Maybe for the fans, maybe for the season ticket holders. Again, I hope that they get Sohan. Will Richard, by the way, also was not playing this game. Now it was Porzingis. Obviously, Jimmy Butler is out for the season. This Warriors team is not fun to watch. They just aren't. I don't like watching Draymond Green as the face on the marquee. And I'm surprised they put up 113 points against the Spurs. I really am. That was your daily basketball recap. My name is Levi Jacob. Tomorrow, hopefully, we'll be back with Shlomo and your regularly scheduled programming. Only a few games over the course of the All-Star break. I think we will do recapping maybe every other day. We'll see what happens, but we have enough time to do it. And I'm going to be rating some lists as well. That's my plan. Let me know if you're interested in that. Let me know what you think we should do over the time that when there's days that the games aren't going on. Let me know what you think. And let me know if you agree or disagree with anything that I just said. Feel free. And I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day.